Next are the system rules. Think of the rules as what tells EverLogic what to do. So here you will be able to see which department the rule applies to. I'm going to share with you some examples today. For example, accounting. So when I choose accounting, you notice the list now only shows those rules applied to my accounting department. The rule code may be abbreviated or words may be combined together. They are listed in alphabetical order. The example I'm going to point out today is the warranty payment type. So for instance, if this rule is turned on using the number 1, then you will be able to use non-warranty payment types such as check, cash, credit card. This is useful so in case the customer is required to pay a deductible on your warranty repair orders. If this rule is turned off with a 0, then that would only allow you to use the warranty payment type on warranty repair orders. You also have some rules here for your QuickBooks, which our support staff can help you as necessary. And then up at the top, your class tracking. So if your dealership does track class, then you would want to have your class tracking turned on. By the way, from time to time, these system rules may need to be adjusted based on specific error messages that you may receive specifically when you're working with your end-of-day processes or sending items to QuickBooks. All right, and then we have your system rules for your interfaces, and this is where items that are required within the system are added, such as your App 1 information or your credit card merchant ID. Okay, keep in mind that when you're working with some of these system rules, the answers are very specific. As I mentioned in the rule earlier, 0 is turned off, 1 is turned on. Some of the rules you'll have very specific words to use, and it is case sensitive. So please notice, for instance, if you're going to print an invoice receipt, on this rule, you will include the word receipt for a printout with listed parts and related charges. You would click standard if you only want to display totals. Again, these are case sensitive. So when you click on that rule and you're typing in the answer, you'll want to make sure that the answer you key is very specific. Always click OK. You'll want to make sure to click on the Save button at the top. It is a good idea, once you have saved the rule answer, is that you also log out of EverLogic and log back in order for the rule to be accepted. This is where you will also have the option for your low stock quantity. So when you're working with an invoice or a repair order, you will receive a pop-up message indicating if this item is low in stock. Again, in the description, it will tell you here, 0 is turned off, 1 will warn you, and 2 will not add low parts to either an invoice or a repair order if it's running low. If your dealership performs service follow-ups, there is an option here for you to choose the number of days that will be set up for your service follow-up calls. You can change the apply to rule to sales, and then we will only see those rules that apply to the sales department. In your sales department, if you do post-sales follow-up, there is an option here for your sold follow-up days, and you would just include in the answer the number of days that you wish to follow up on those sold vehicles. Also, when you're working with a new customer and when you are assigning a status to your customer, please notice the pop-up will show you those follow-up days. Those follow-up days are assigned in this system rules section. For example, my cold days follow-up is set up at 30 days. My hot days follow-up is set for 2 days. We also have one for warm days follow-up below. That is, for the most part, the most common system rules that we may be working with on a regular basis. Again, most of that is set up for you when you sign up with EverLogic and we set up your database during your implementation period.